Welcome to ABC31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. This morning, Reentry Solutions celebrated their new groundbreaking for a transitional complex. ABC31's Shar Thomas has tonight's big story.
It is all too familiar when prisoners are released from jail and end up right back behind these doors. But now there is another option for those citizens given another opportunity at freedom. This morning, Reentry Solutions broke ground on a transitional complex where returning citizens, as founder of Reentry Solutions, Candy Kristoff would call them, is given a second chance at independency.
Opportunity to say these are returning citizens, returning back to our community. The place that we have here, a new beginning transitional complex, is just that. It's designed to be a new beginning with help and support for any person who is in need of housing, who is committed to sobriety, and who's capable and committed to work.
Last November, about 1,400 people serving time for nonviolent, non-sex offenses were released from Louisiana prisons due to the criminal justice reform legislative package that Governor John Bel Edwards signed earlier this year to reduce Louisiana's prison. For those returning back to civilization without a support system can face the pressures of life's responsibilities. City and elected officials showed their support today as they wished Kristoff the best on her vision that was set out years ago.
Well, I want to thank Miss Candy for all her hard work. She had a facility in South Alexandria, but with this facility, she can do a lot of great things, and there are a lot of people in need. And what we need to know, what we need to understand is that when people have been incarcerated for a long period of time, they have no one, no family, no resources, and this is an opportunity they can get a second chance.
A new beginning transitional complex is set to open next winter. In the meantime, Reentry Solutions are taking financial donations. For more information, contact Candy Kristoff at 318-443-0189. Shar Thomas, ABC 31 News.
A local man is accused of using a dolly to steal some heavy items from a business on Dallas Avenue in Alexandria. 27-year-old German Rosenthal is charged with simple burglary. Alexandria police say they found stolen items in his home on nearby Cypress. COPS, short for Citizens Overcoming Police Stereotypes, and COPS Overcoming People Stereotypes, is a new program put on by the city of Pineville. The program is aimed at enhancing the relationship between law enforcement and the community. A luncheon was held this afternoon to discuss the program and an upcoming event on February 3rd. Law enforcement, citizens, and professional athletes will spend the day together. The event will include guest speakers, workshops, and indoor and outdoor activities. You can contact the City of Pineville to learn more. New Rapids Parish School Board leaders are actually a little bit old school. The board re-elected President Keith Brazil as president and Gerald Crooks of DeVille as vice president. The elections were held yesterday afternoon. We are seeing some warmer temperatures, but there's a trade-off with some rain in the forecast. Here's meteorologist Ross Widley with a first look.
Yeah, today has been no exception to that. It was much warmer than the last couple of days, but if you've stepped outside, it is foggy and dreary. We got the cloud cover and low cloud cover at that, as well as a lot of places seeing visibility reduced at times, even some light rain falling out there. We did get to nearly 60 degrees, a couple degrees above average for the day. We were 10 degrees above average last night. We should be around 58 and 39. Let's look at the records, 81 and 10. Thankfully, we're not going to be seeing that anytime soon, but we do have cold air on the way with a powerful cold front that will be moving in for the day tomorrow. As that moves in, we could see thunderstorms and quite a shock to the system when the cold front comes through. I'll be talking all about it coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Ross. An Abbeville, Louisiana teacher was handcuffed after speaking Monday night at a school board meeting. She protested that the superintendent was getting a large salary increase while teachers, janitors, and others weren't getting a raise. School Board President Anthony Fontana stands behind the deputy marshal and the arrest. He says he will be keeping his job providing off-duty security at school board meetings. Valerie Poncetti reports.
If a teacher has the authority to send a student who is acting up in the classroom and she can't control out of the classroom to the principal's office, under our policy, we have the same rules. We have certain rules, 3-minute speech, etc. It's got to be civilized. It can't get off target, It's got to be related to the issue before the board, and that's not what was happening last night.
In fact, Fontana says it's personal. The school board president even alleging today other board members are involved, and all against the superintendent.
This is a petty, personal attack on the superintendent and his family. It has nothing to do with what the job requires, what the salary should be.
Fontana says it was the teacher who acted out of line, bringing the arrest upon herself. Home Depot and Habitat for Humanity are making it easier for disabled veterans and senior citizens to be more mobile.
Home Depot associates will volunteer their off time to help with Team Depot, which is the associate-led volunteering force, which will go, like I said, they're volunteering to go out there and help these senior and veterans with these ramps.
To apply for a free wheelchair ramp, you can contact Habitat for Humanity at 318-449-9804. The Children's Parade is coming up next month. We caught up with Kelly West to get the inside scoop.
Well, you know, this parade grows every year. It just gets bigger and better, and we've already had a lot of entries. And of course, this parade also features both the international guests that are featured during the Mardi Gras weekend, but also the Grand Marshal is always the Miss Outstanding Louisiana Teen. And this year, we're very excited to have Miss Alana Lewis.
The Children's Parade will begin at 10 a.m. on Saturday, February 10th. Float assembly will start at 7 that morning.
Follow us on Twitter. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.
Only one doctor brings health right to your home. Dr. Oz.
Every day is a new chance for change, and everyone can start right now.
With all new ways to feel, encouraged, inspired, hopeful, confident, proud, positive, special, feel better every day. Make an appointment with Dr. Oz. Check in for your daily checkup.
Dr. Oz, airing weekdays at 11 on KLAX TV.
Well, it's warm out there, but we're still dealing with fog at times, and currently that's what we see, 59 degrees, our dew point at 59, so the fog's not going anywhere. The wind's coming out of the southeast. That's bringing more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and our visibility down to 2 miles, and it will probably be dropping as we go into the overnight hours. We're not under a dense fog advisory at the current moment, but I would not be surprised to see a dense fog advisory or even warning as we head into the early morning hours for visibility being reduced. So if you're headed out the door this evening, make sure you give yourself a little extra time to get to where you're going to need to go, because even though the radar is not lighting up with rain, it is wet out there, and the fog not helping. You can see the moisture streaming in from New Orleans to our south. That is allowing for a lot of low-level moisture. You take on top of that the fact that our temperatures haven't warmed up because of the cloud cover, and that allows for fog to develop at the surface. But you do notice on the back end of this radar loop, you'll see as we get into the last frame here, you'll see a little thunderstorm showing up as we zoom in a little bit closer. Not a whole lot going on other than the little bit of precipitation down to our south. Our day planner for tomorrow, more of the same cloud cover sticking around. Don't think we'll see the fog tomorrow because the wind will be a little bit greater and it will be warmer. So 71 for our daytime high, 59 degrees as we go through 7 a.m., 66 by the noon hour, and 65 by 5 p.m. But as we go into tomorrow night and that cold front sweeps through, some of the modeling suggesting that temperatures as we go into Friday could be dropping. So Thursday evening going into Friday morning, we could see temperatures drop 17 to even 20 degrees in 1 hour. That is unreal amount of cold air coming through on a very, very sharp cold front. So we'll have to watch out for that. Considerable cloudiness for the day tomorrow and a shower or thunderstorm late in the afternoon as that cold front starts getting a little bit closer to us. Once that cold front goes through, well, we'll have the rain and we're going to have some much cooler temperatures. So cold on the backside of that cold front that as you look off to the north, places from Memphis all the way up to Montreal, going to be talking about a flash freezing event from temperatures dropping so rapidly from rain to freezing rain, then sleet on top of that. It's going to be crazy icy out there. And even so, as we look here across the area, see the icy mix through central Arkansas all the way up into Michigan as we go into tomorrow night. That should even allow for the wet areas tomorrow night to possibly freeze around here as we're forecasted to get below freezing. So much colder out there for our night tonight, 59 degrees than what we're looking at for tomorrow. And then a couple of thunderstorms out there, chance of rain around 40%, 71 for our daytime high, 58 degrees for Friday. And that colder air rushing in, it's going to be big time changes as we head through next week. Highs back in the 40s, lows in the overnight hours down into the 20s. That's a look at your 7-day and your weather forecast. Scott?
Thank you very much, Ross. Apple is adding more parental controls to its devices, and your next piece of jewelry could be made from an old computer. Jane King is at the NASDAQ market site with those stories and more in today's Tech Reports.
Apple defended its parental controls that are already available on its devices, but also noted it has planned to introduce tools to make them even more robust. The iPhone maker isn't saying when those controls will roll out or whether it's made any changes as a result of a letter from two big investors that are asking Apple to do more to prevent smartphone addiction. They are asking that Apple for Apple to consider in establishing an expert committee, also offering Apple's vast information to researchers and enhancing mobile device software so parents have more options to protect their children's health. Well, Amazon's Alexa coming to Toyota and Lexus cars. At CES in Las Vegas, Toyota announced the voice technology would be incorporated with the car maker's infotainment systems. It will debut in some vehicles this year and then more next year. Samsung has a new absurd 146-inch TV. Now, that's why they call it the wall. It's so big. It isn't just a giant TV. It's also sporting a fancy display technology known as micro LED, which Samsung says is at the heart of the screen of the future. No price has been released yet. And think your old broken laptop is worthless? Dell doesn't. USA Today says at CES in Las Vegas, the computer giant announced a new initiative to mine old or broken laptop parts for gold. Among the items that will be created are 14 and 18 karat gold rings, cufflinks, and earrings. From the NASDAQ market site in Times Square, I'm Jane King with your Tech Report.
How many parents with babies are putting them to sleep in the safest way possible? And are you? With more, here's Lana Zach.
Your new bundle of joy means you can kiss your own sleep goodbye, but pay attention to how your baby is sleeping before kissing them goodnight. A new report from the CDC shows the overall number of sleep-related infant deaths are declining, but too many parents are still not following expert advice. 21.6% of parents reported not placing their infant on their back when setting them down to sleep. That's the safest position. A staggering 61.4% of parents say they share a bed with their infant, and 38.5% reported using soft bedding like blankets, bumpers, and pillows, which can lead to smothering deaths. Make sure you know the safe sleep guidelines for your babies. You and your baby will sleep better.
Stay connected with KLAX ABC31. Visit us online anytime. Get today's top stories and trending topics. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. See our pics on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. And make KLAXTV.com your home for local news and information. Plus, download the KLAX weather app for your smartphone or tablet. Get live current conditions, radar maps, alerts, and more. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nick Frank. As the NSU women's basketball team continues to prepare for Saturday's game against Abilene Christian, Jordan Dupuis knows his team, well, they're struggling a bit. But if they can just knock down a few more shots, the season could turn around in a flash.
We're getting open shots that we're just not knocking down. So again, the execution is there. I tell them all the time, it's our job as coaches to put them in positions to be successful. It's their job to finish the plays. And we just haven't done that yet. But, you know, again, we're right there. We're going to stay positive with them. We're going to keep grinding. And hopefully, you know, a victory in Abilene can turn your whole season around.
Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
Enter today to win a family 4-pack to see the Harlem Globetrotters at the Rapides Parish Coliseum. See the show that has fans on the edge of their seats. Witness basketball artistry and one-of-a-kind family entertainment that thrills fans of all ages. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming January 24th. To enter, just go to KLAXTV.com. Click on the Globetrotter link and enter to win a family 4-pack, courtesy of KLAX TV.
There's a man out west who goes by the name of
Mr. West?
Mr. West.
Mr. West. James West.
James West.
How did you know? Oh, just a wild guess.
Hard secret agent. Get down! Hard cowboy. And all man. He's Jim West on the Wild Wild West.
Keep the change.
Airs weekdays at 4 and Saturdays at 5 on MeTV Alexandria.